Guys, now we're down to it, and I saved it for last because I was conflicted about it. I usually try not to, and like I said, I want you all to keep in mind, these are my personal opinions on things. I really don't want this to be like that Cold Steel video where so many people hate me for it, but it's my personal opinion, and I'm not trying to say this is a bad knife. It's not. It's just for what it could have been. I wish more for it. And it's the Chaves JB Stout collaboration megalodon. And right off the bat, I'm going to tell you, I've kind of lost my taste for the Tantos, but it's not a bad Tanto design, to tell you the truth. And it sharpened up well, and there's that, when I say that I maintain that secondary angle, there's your secondary angle. It was done in S35 VN, according to the website, titanium. This configuration was titanium pocket clip with a stone wash blade. It's not bad blade design. However, let me see. You get up, it's really, really, really thick. It really is, and so it's not gonna do a whole lot of slashing. It's not. The cutting I was able to do with this, it just did not want to do the things I wanted it to do. It just didn't cut the way I wanted it to. And then that's where we get into some of the other issues with it. It's uncomfortable. It for me, I mean, it could be just because I've got big hands. For me, this was kind of uncomfortable. The jimping is nice. The jimping is nice. It has jimping back here on the bottom. I don't so much, that's not so much the hot spot. The hot spot I run into is this area up in here. It really, to do much cutting, it really kind of hurt my hands. It bothered my hands. And then I didn't like the way that the lock bar was cut out for you to marry up to. Now it works, and it's not hard to disengage. It's not like it's overly difficult to disengage the lock bar like some Striders are. Some Striders just do not want to disengage. This one does not use a lock bar insert, and there's no lock stick on this, so maybe you should talk to Ramon there, Mick, and figure out what he's doing, because I'm not seeing any lock stick on this. It's at a shop. I'm gonna name it. It's local here in San Diego. Brand new Strider, in the case, lock stick, bad, like it bothered me. Like I'm like, it's like, that's ridiculous. It's not even, you shouldn't be having lock stick that early into the life of a knife. The action on this is fairly smooth. The problem I have is it doesn't always want to flick. Because I think it just feels like the hole either is not far enough back, or the blade is too short, or maybe it's not far enough. I really don't know. I had the same problems with some of the Ferrum Forge knives if I don't get my finger in there. But if you look how much farther the aperture goes down, it allows you to get your finger further up the blade. Keep getting it hit up against my my hand. I will say it's a well-built knife. There's nothing wrong with the way the knife is built. But it's just, I don't know. And like I said, the design was a JB Stout design. So that being taken into account, the other Ramon Chaves knives that I've handled, amazing. I love them. Oh, I want a 228 so bad I can taste it. I'd probably give up a kidney. Couldn't give up a liver. No one would want it. Wouldn't give up a nut, but I'd let somebody bruise one real bad to get a 228. But yeah, it's just not a comfortable design to carry, and with it being so thick behind the edge, I mean, it's really thick behind the edge. It wants to bind up when you cut. It does. It's really blunt, and I had to do a lot of work to get that angle, to get it sharp. I had to take a lot of material off. Because I mean, it's significant. It's pretty thick. You can see that's pretty thick. Chris and Elliot use really thick blade stock, and I'm gonna hazard to say that that's even thicker than what they're using. I don't have a micrometer here. I'd tell you what it is. Like I said, it is nice and smooth. Once it got sharp, it's good and sharp. S35 VN, it's not bad steel. Pocket clip has got a good amount of tension. It's not going to come out of your pocket. As a matter of fact, it's one of the better sculpted pocket clips that I've seen. I do like the way that it's cut out on that side there. As you would put it in your pocket, you can rotate it forward and then it doesn't catch. It's not as hard. It gives it a cant that direction in your pocket. Nice looking hardware. No centering issues. So the quality is the quality you'd expect coming out of Ramon's shop. It's just not the design. The design is what I have an issue with. And like I said, this is my personal opinion. Please don't. If you love this knife, then you love it. I can't fault you for it. Like I said, it's kind of a space-aged looking knife, but the attention to detail on it, you can still see that there's a lot of attention to detail. There's nothing wrong with the knife from that standpoint. As a matter of fact, if you can see it, and you're not going to be able to, there it is. There's the inside the lock scale where Ramon signs the knives personally, each one. There's a little spot in there where it says Ramon Chaves. So yeah, it's not a horrible knife, and I guarantee it'd be reliable. No doubt that this knife would last you a lifetime. Just not what I personally would choose. And it's too small. That's the big. It's too small. I wished it was bigger. That's probably my biggest problem. But yeah, no. Of all the knives that were here for me to sharpen, of all the knives from Nico that came, this one was the hardest to sharpen. And S35 VN is not that hard to sharpen, and it's strictly because the grind that was on it was not the best, and I think that maybe Nico had added to that by trying to sharpen it on a sharp maker, and I had to reestablish that tanto. Hang on just a second. Sorry, I had to go do something. Something was blocking the wife's car, so she couldn't pull in. Yeah, like I said, it's nothing to do with the knife being a bad knife. It's not. There's just multiple things with it that I just don't. And then, like I said, once again, that exterior cutout that some companies do, and this one's fairly abrupt and fairly sharp, and it catches material, especially in a pair of slacks. I could not wear this. Was another one that I could only carry if it was a weekend. yeah, no, that's it. Like I said, it's still a well built knife. It's just, like I said, personally not something I would want to carry. But yeah, so that you guys know, and I've started putting it out when I talk to people about it, Tantos are an additional price, and I have mentioned it and I keep forgetting to put it in the videos and things like that. The reason being is because I have to basically sharpen twice. I have to establish one angle and then marry the other one to it, so that you get as you can see, you get an additional angle, unless it's a traditional Tanto like this one, where I'm just basically sharpening it one straight line all the way around. This is no additional price, but Americanized Tanto, American style Tanto like this, yeah, there's a little bit of an additional cost involved, because it's that bit of work, because that's not exactly easy. I don't know if you guys have ever tried to maintain that angle like that. It's not exactly easy. So you can do it, but to get it to where it's the same on both sides and it marries up and it's the same angle, that's where the difficulty comes in. So, all right, guys, that's basically 4 knives, 2 videos in about an hour. So yeah, I'll get these edited together and thrown up. Like I said, 450 some odd subscribers right now. If you're number 500, you get a neck knife. Please go to my Patreon page and try to, that's the other knife that's going on. I'm making 2 of them. One of them is going to go to a Patreon helper, outer, whatever you call it, Patreon subscriber, because I don't know how far this channel can go without a little bit of support. I cannot financially afford to spend the money on $700-800 knives and things like that, because there's other gear, there's other things I'd like to review as well. I can't afford to come up with that kind of thing. So yeah, this is my shameless like, share, subscribe that I don't necessarily like when I see other ones, but it is what it is for this channel to continue. I've got over 100 videos so far, and when I can't just rely on when things come in, because I get duplicate things come in a lot, you know. So other than that, I got this one still that we're gonna do. Oh, there's a kitchen knife, Nico's kitchen knife. I haven't really, I could probably do a video about that, but yeah, we got this one, Elliot's Damas steel spinner that I already sharpened it. It's stupid sharp. I actually had someone in a forum tell me that you can't get Damas steel real sharp. It's stupid sharp. So, but then again, I made a comment that I heard someone else say about XHP, and it wasn't even me that said it, and everybody lost their minds. What do you mean XHP won't take an edge? That wasn't me. I was quoting someone else. So, yeah. Nope, that's it, you guys. I will get these edited and up. And as you can tell, it's bright out here. It's killing me. There we go. All right, you guys, take it easy.